Meng Wanzhou smiled politely as she walked into court this morning, not the thumbs up she gave this weekend during a bold and bizarre photo shoot. If this was a pre-celebration, it came far too early because the court ruled against Huawei's chief financial officer today.
We're obviously disappointed in the decision. Our view is this is an early step in what's likely to be a much longer process for Meng Wanzhou here in Canada.
A BC Supreme Court justice ruled that charges Meng faces in the U.S. also constitute a crime in Canada. She's accused of lying to a bank about Huawei's control of a company that allegedly was violating U.S. sanctions against Iran. The justice ruled that even though Canada doesn't have the same sanctions, this case is ultimately about fraud. And Canada's law of fraud looks beyond international boundaries. The decision means Meng will remain under house arrest in Vancouver as the extradition case continues. Meng's legal team will make other applications in the months ahead, including arguing that there's been an abusive process, saying she's being used as a political pawn.
I can't say it's a surprise.
This lawyer says even though extradition cases are very hard to fight, there is precedent for such arguments.
Notwithstanding the treaty, if someone says something that could be construed as an abusive process, that could have success.
Not long after Meng was arrested, President Trump said he would intervene in the case if it was in his country's interests. It's all left Canada wedged into an uncomfortable position, which could get worse.
We don't want to be pulled into a full-scale confrontation with China, but there are forces now, big geopolitical forces, pulling us in that direction.
And that tension remains as long as Meng's extradition remains a possibility. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Vancouver.